Well, if you'd like to do that, that's fine. I was just trying to avoid work for you.
I mean, I have to scan it and then put it on the website.
Okay.
So I can just,
That's fine.
and then when they give it back to us, we'll get.
Yeah. You're not gonna want to post it on the website until the county, signs their deal, and then that's what that's an executed agreement.
I'll just post a resolution, but
Okay.
I scan it in, I just scan it all, I send it. Or do you want, you don't need you need the original? Or you don't?
The county does.
Okay.
I mean, both the original, the package they're signing has to go to the county first, so they can, sign it and notarize it to make it an official
So
document.
I'll scan and then give you the document? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or you can send it downtown. When we get together to do that resolution, let's do this. If that's okay with you.
When do you want to do that? When do you want to get together?
When you're ready.
Okay. So the next resolution is 20-087. Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby set the 2021 budget planning sessions to be completed by December 1st, 2020, to adopt the proposed permanent budget for 2020 budget by December 15th, 2020. And again, we've already discussed that. Do the dates need to be put in this thing, or just as an attached tab, or we can make a difference?
But, yeah, you have one of these sheets in your packet, Mike or Jim?
Just read it into the record: 1010 for fire, 1116 for roads, 1118 for general, and 12-1 a wrap-up budget meeting.
At the work session.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll make a motion we adopt resolution 20-087 with the dates described by Mr. McGuire.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to adopt resolution 20-087. Any questions?
They're all at 6 p.m., correct?
Huh?
All at 6 p.m.?
Correct.
Yes, all 6 p.m., yes. We have a roll call, please, Tracy?
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Okay, so next resolution is resolution number 20-088. Jefferson Township Board of Trustees authorized the renewal of the intergovernmental agreement for trash services provided by the city of Dayton for the year 2021. We discussed this also earlier. So I'll make a motion we adopt resolution 20-088.
Second motion.
We have a motion on the floor to adopt resolution 20-088. Any questions? A roll call, please, Tracy.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes. Trash contract. one signature page, Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
Okay, so that does it for resolutions. Next thing is Departmental Reports, Code Enforcement.
Tony was off the last week and a half for vacation, so he doesn't have a report this evening. But I will touch on a point, and I touched on it in my report. We finally entered 131 South Lutheran Church Road this week. And crews worked really hard for almost 10 hours to begin remediation of the property. Some 2 years ago, the zoning administrator, Mr. Callaghan, started the paperwork, gave notice to the homeowner. Homeowner did not clean up. We had last year scheduled the day of the tornado, or the day after the tornado to go in go in again. And the tornadoes hit, so our crews could not go in last year, right after Memorial Day. So, but a letter was sent to the homeowner saying, it's been a year and you still have not cleaned up. So this year, we filled the paperwork out, Mr. McKee filled the paperwork out, went to the courts, and we awarded the man the zoning violations on the property. He did not comply, so we entered the property. On Thursday, which is the second day, we went back, because this property is gonna take 6 to 8 days minimum to clean up. The legal firm for the homeowner contacted our county prosecutor and said that they'd like us to cease and desist, or we're trespassing on his property. So the township decided to give a 30-day stay on his operation. He's been given paperwork that says he must clean up the entire property within 30 days, as well as a new zoning violation was awarded to the homeowner, that he's no longer allowed to live on the property in a camper, car, truck, or vehicle, which has been the case for the number of years. He has 20 days of compliance there. So our legal counsel is working very closely with us about that incident, which is a complete different violation than the nuisance violation. And we will keep you updated as we go.
Okay, thank you. Zoning Department?
John Callaghan had a family member exposed to COVID, so he self-quarantined for the last 2 weeks. But John has been working very hard on a rewrite of a cleanup of the zoning code. He's begun that project, and he's been pretty much up to his shoulders with that work.
Okay, Road Department, Steve?
Yeah, you'll read my road report to the road department. Those folks, the men and women, did a smashing job cleaning that property up. They're now working on inventory this week of all township property. So they're going building to building, and so they'll have that completed by the end of the week. Monday, the following week, next Monday, starts the leaf collection process. And for the residents, it's on the website. It's also available on your cell phone, and it's also back here in hard copy on the table. And the road department employees are carrying copies of the schedule in their vehicles in case a resident would stop them.
Dave,
Yes,
did you give us a copy of the road department report?
excuse me?
Did you give us a copy of the road department report? 'Cause I don't have
Yeah,
it.
it should be in your packet.
It's not in here, I didn't have any,
Okay, I'll bring it over to you.
I didn't have any of them, only one I have is the file. So it just handed out tonight, so I guess it's still put in here.
Okay, next is Sheriff's Department.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thumbs up, you got one, or not?
No report.
No report, okay. Fire Department.
In front of you, got the monthly report. We worked on paying bills, responded to emails. Both Fraser medics are in service, having lettered and the radios installed. We met with Pierce Fire Apparatus Rosenbauer to spec out 2 new engine tankers. Horton Ambulance rep stopped by to review specs on a pneumatic. New chief's vehicles in Huber Heights for ER equipment until the end of the week, and the lettering will be done next week. Getting bids and prices on the CARES Act equipment and service. Discuss getting MDTs in the vehicles with Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and Harrison Township Fire Department. Met with Ohio Grant Writers reps, preparing to submit new grant applications. Resolutions, none for tonight. Station maintenance, daily station chores have been completed every day by the crews. EMS continued QA and QI on the EMS runs. EMS online continuing education and placed into service first in bags on both frontline medics. Fire, we've done shift training and starting to issue new particle barrier hoods to each firefighter. Vehicle maintenance, engine 59, 60, 62, had their annual pump test, waiting on the report and the invoice. Engine 59's equipment being placed similar to engine 62, done in-house, no labor expense. Quartermaster issued uniforms to 2 new hires. End of life cycle, retired 4 pieces of clothing and items that were worn out 2+ years. Communications worked with our IT vendors to create new accounts for new hires and deal with the Microsoft issue. Fire prevention, several fire inspections have been done and has been scheduled for this week and next. HR report, 3 people was interviewed last week, 2 people tested drug, MVRs, BCI, we're waiting results. 1 person going to test tomorrow, and 2 people waiting to be interviewed this week. And no public record request for fire EMS. That's all.
What are MDTs?
Computers for the apparatus, like the sheriff and police departments use. We can have maps on there. They can enter the address of the location, and it'll bring it up on the MDTs.
If I can expand on that, if I don't mind. In the world of insecurity today, the biggest thing that the MDTs are used for is for the safety of the responding personnel. Just like the sheriff's department has, if there's a troubled property that's like had a lot of police history, gun violence, any of those things, that MDT information will pop up to the responding crew so they know that they're going into an area that may be unsafe. And it's to save their life. Because AFG, the firefighter grant, you've gotten 6 years of grants in a row. You've almost run out of any option of what this year's option is. MDTs are an option. So the grant writer is wanting to write the grant for the MDTs to try to get the grant so that offset the township having a very little cost on the project. That's all I have.
Okay, administration report.
We met with Montgomery County Radio Division last week, the road, the fire. There's never been an inventory done on all radios. Those are portable radios, stagnant radios, base radios. We now have a full inventory. We have 1 radio, portable radio that is missing. And so that's been shut down, and we're on the search for that now with the Sheriff's Department's help. So we now have, and also the billing is going to be updated to make sure we're paying, because we were paying for radios that we did not have. So that will save the township a little bit of money per month or per year, depending on how they bill us. In my report, you'll see, I think it's 4 or 5 pages long. If you guys, trustees, have any questions throughout the week, 2 weeks, please call me on those items, and I can clarify any of them. But thank you for allowing me to be off this first meeting this evening. I had a close friend pass away, and I'll tell you a little history about him. He was a Dayton firefighter, retired, but he raised all the money, him and one other person raised all the money to build the Fallen Firefighters Memorial that's in Centerville in Stubbs Park. And today, he got to go home, casket and all, got to lay in state at his memorial that he helped raise. If any of you have a chance to go down and look at the memorial, it is a very beautiful place to begin with in that park. But it shows you the lives that people have given to protect the communities in the Miami Valley. And I hope that Jefferson never has such, but if they do, there's a memorial to remember those that have fallen. And so that's where I was all day today. And we represented Jefferson Township. I was representing the Jefferson there at that memorial, as well as a friend and a close friend, a family member. So thank you, trustees.
Okay, so next thing is comments by citizens, and I have no paperwork, so I guess we have no comments. After that, we have trustees' reports, and I'm first. And as you heard me mention throughout the meeting, I spent a lot of time working on the COVID-19 monies. My stronghold was helping us be transparent. Use this money, what other people are doing. I spent a lot of time looking up Zoom, getting monies, getting the cost on some computer software, and really have a desire to become more transparent for this township. I think we need to do that, and I think that'll help a lot. Just, need to be able to let the residents know what's going on in this township, let them dial into the meetings, see what's going on. And then, as I said in the last meeting, I had 2 residents calling me about how bad the old Hibbert's building was and how opened up it was. And I remember when being on the phone, I drive past that thing every day. I drove around the back of it, and it was bad. And Tony wasn't here. I made a comment to Steve. He did speak with Tony, and I got an email from Tony. He did speak with the owner, and they gave him notice, and the owner says they will board up the back of that building. And he also made a comment that they have an investor out of the Cincinnati area with a desire to put a Dollar General there. So that's good news. That's all I got. You're next, Jim.
No report other than, is Alex Sale still here? Did he leave?
I'll check.
Trustee McLaughlin, the only other issue is the fire chief has asked to meet with the trustees in executive session. So once we wrap up with Alex, this should have been on the agenda for fire chief. I'm not sure why it's not here.
He is here.
Thought I have.
Okay, so
At this point, Mr. President, I make a motion to go into executive session pursuant of Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G3 to discuss disputes involving Jefferson Township that are subject to pending and imminent court actions against the township with the township's attorney, Alex Hale. I'd like to invite the township administrator and Alex Hale from Sturk, Dodd & Turner into the meeting.
I'll second the motion. So we're going to executive session. We have a motion to go to executive session, and it is 8:26.
Move roll call.
Sorry?
Mr. McLaughlin?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Thank you. Can I have a roll call, please, Tracy?
Mr. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Okay, so now we'll have a motion and accept to go into executive session, sorry about that, at 8:27.